Is real estate still worth investing in? Here's the truth. When prices go up, everyone rushes in because they're afraid they'll miss out. But when prices go down, suddenly buyers freeze, convinced it will drop even further. That's the cycle of real estate. Booms and busts. The question is, what should you do in this cycle right now when the market feels stuck? I am Emma Lee. I have worked in banks for many years. And today, I am breaking down the truth about real estate and the bigger strategy every family needs to build financial security. First of all, why the market feels stuck right now. Today's slow market is not random. It's a perfect storm of factors. 1. High interest rates. Even after a few rate cuts, borrowing costs are still double what they were just a few years ago, making investors feel returns don't justify the expense. 2. Stretched household incomes. Many families simply can't afford the monthly payments at today's prices and rates, especially in Vancouver and Toronto. 3. Global money drying up. Real estate markets in China and Iran are plummeting, and they were strong sources of buyers in Canada. That demand has slowed. 4. Immigration cooling. Canada's record immigration growth has slowed down quite a bit. There is less demand on housing. 5. New supply hitting the market. Thousands of newly completed condo units adding supply to the market. Putting it all together, and you have a real estate market that feels frozen. Buyers waiting, sellers trying to get out, and investors hesitating. Now, does that mean real estate is over? No. It just means you need to see real estate for what it really is. Cyclical. When prices rise, fear of missing out drives people in. When prices fall, fear of losing more keeps people out. But smart investors don't play with emotions, they plan for the cycle. Real estate still has a role. The question is how much of your wealth you should tie up in it, and how you balance it with everything else. That leads to the 3 buckets of wealth. Here is the framework I share with my clients. Every family should think of their wealth in 3 buckets. Bucket 1, real estate. This includes your home, and if it makes sense, you can purchase rental properties. But tread carefully there. Being a landlord is not an easy job. Real estate is a cornerstone of wealth, but it should not be the only cornerstone. The house gives you stability, but it's illiquid. You can't just sell a bedroom if you suddenly need cash. Bucket 2, liquid assets. This is where too many families fall short. Liquid assets include stocks, bonds, gold, cash, and for some parents, whole life insurance. Most people think life insurance is only for risk management, but when structured properly, whole life can be a conservative, tax-efficient foundation of liquid wealth. Why does this bucket matter? Because liquid assets give you flexibility. They can be sold quickly or used as collateral to borrow against. Lost your job? A family member gets sick? With this bucket, you can tap into cash without selling your house or liquidating your business. Bucket 3, your earning power. This is your career or your business. In the early years, this bucket is everything. It's how you fill the first 2 buckets. But over time, as buckets 1 and 2 grow, you can slowly rely less on your income. Eventually, the first 2 buckets will generate enough passive income to replace your paycheck. That's how you buy freedom, when your money works harder than you do. Lastly, let's look at the big picture. Is real estate still worth investing in? If it's part of a balanced plan, yes. If it's your only plan, no. If you put every dollar back into real estate, you expose yourself to cycles, interest rates, and policy shifts you cannot control. But when you spread your wealth across the 3 buckets, property, liquid assets, and stable income, you give yourself security, growth, and flexibility. If you're watching this, you're already on the right path, because asking these questions means you care about protecting what you've built, not just chasing the next hot market. This way, no matter what happens, your family is secure. If you want to learn how to structure your own 3-bucket plan, send me an email or grab my book, Canadians, Do You Have a Financial Plan, on Amazon. Let's make sure your money grows and lasts. I'll see you next time.